What if I told you that the people who change the world are often the same people who destroy themselves?
Not quite my tempo.
The inventor who forgets to eat because he's working. The gamer who says just one more match at 3 am. The entrepreneur who works 18 hours a day. The person who falls in love and suddenly can't think about anything else. Different people, same brain. Obsession. Most people think obsession is a weakness, but the truth is much darker. Because obsession is neither good nor bad. It's a psychological superpower that can either build empires or become a prison. And today, we are diving deep into the psychology of people who get obsessed easily. Why some people can't let things go. Why they replay conversations 1,000 times. Why they become addicted to goals, people's hobbies and ideas. And most importantly, why obsession might secretly be controlling your life right now. Part 1. The brain that refuses to let go. Imagine two people watching the same exact movie. One enjoys it and moves on. The other spends the next week researching every actor, reading theories online, watching interviews and learning behind the scenes facts. Why? The difference isn't intelligence, it's attention. People who become obsessed easily have brains that lock onto rewarding information much harder than average people. Their minds don't just notice things, they attach to them. Psychologists often call this attentional fixation. Once something captures their interest, their brain begins treating it as unusually important. And here's the scary part. The brain doesn't actually care whether the thing is useful. It can be a business idea, a crush, a video game, a celebrity, a conspiracy theory, or even an argument from 3 years ago. The brain simply decides this matters. And once that happens, letting go becomes incredibly difficult. It's like having mental gravity. Everything keeps getting pulled back towards the same thought. Part 2. Why obsession feels so good. Here's a secret nobody talks about. Obsession feels amazing, at least in the beginning. Every time you think about things you are obsessed with, your brain releases tiny rewards. You feel anticipation, curiosity, excitement, hope, and your brain starts chasing those feelings. Think about the last time you had a huge crush on someone. You checked your phone constantly. You imagined conversations. You analyzed every message. Why? Because uncertainty creates psychological tension. And your brain becomes addicted to solving it. The same thing happens with money, success, fame, fitness, gaming, or social media. You keep chasing the next answer, the next achievement, the next reward, the next hit of dopamine. And eventually, you're no longer pursuing the thing. The thing is pursuing you. You wake up thinking about it. You sleep thinking about it. Your entire emotional state becomes tied to it. That's when obsession stops being a hobby and starts becoming an identity. Part 3. The childhood connection nobody expects. Many people who become obsessed easily share something surprising. A history of emotional insecurity. Not always trauma, not always abuse. Sometimes just inconsistency. Maybe attention was unpredictable. Maybe approval felt conditional. Maybe success was the only time they felt value. As children, they learn an important lesson. If I focus hard enough, maybe I'll finally get what I need. And that pattern follows them into adulthood. Instead of obsessing over approval from parents, they obsess over approval from partners. The object changes. The psychological mechanism stays the same. Obsession often isn't about what you're chasing. It's about what you're trying to fill inside yourself. That's why people can become obsessed with completely different things while following the exact same mental pattern. Part 4. The dark side of obsession. Now let's talk about the dangerous part. Because obsession doesn't come alone. It brings tunnel vision. When people become obsessed, the world gets smaller. Everything unrelated feels boring, meaningless, unimportant. Relationships suffer, health suffers, sleep suffers, and sometimes reality suffers. Because obsessed people don't see the world as it is. They see the world through the lens of what they are obsessed with. A person obsessed with money sees opportunities everywhere. A person obsessed with rejection sees rejection everywhere. A person obsessed with a romantic partner interprets every tiny action as a hidden message. The brain becomes biased. It starts filtering reality. And that's when obsession becomes dangerous. Part 5. why some of the most successful people are obsessive. Here's where things get complicated. Many of the world's most successful people are deeply obsessive. Athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, scientists, comedians. They often reach extraordinary levels because they can focus longer than everyone else. While others quit after a few weeks, they keep going. While others get distracted, they stay locked in. Their obsession creates mastery. But there's a catch. Success doesn't come from obsession alone. It comes from controlled obsession. Uncontrolled obsession burns people out. Controlled obsession builds greatness. The difference is simple. One serves the person, the other controls the person. And that's a line many people never learn to see. Part 6. The most dangerous obsession of all. The most dangerous obsession isn't money, or fame, or love. It's potential. The person you could become. Millions of people spend their lives obsessed with a future version of themselves. Stronger, richer, smarter, more attractive, more successful. And while there is nothing wrong with self-improvement, there's a hidden trap. You begin treating your current self as inadequate. You start living for tomorrow, and eventually you stop experiencing today. You become addicted to becoming, never arriving, always chasing, always reaching, always feeling one step away from enough. And that obsession can last an entire lifetime.